Since it's around like October, Halloween's coming up, all that kind of stuff, we go through my favorite horror and action movies. The first one I have is, the director's name is Adam Gierschash. I have no clue how to say that name, but it's his film Autopsy. It's part of the After Dark Horror Fest. It's about like all these kids. They get into a car accident and this ambulance comes and it takes them to this hospital. Of course, the hospital's out in the middle of nowhere. All the kids start getting killed off. And then I got Alfred Hitchcock's original Psycho. Enough said. Then I picked all of the Psycho sequels. And I'm going to say they're all relating to each other and they're all good. I liked Psycho 4's idea of Norman actually being married with a baby on the way. I like the idea of that. And then this one was a Larry Cohen movie. I was really surprised how much I liked this. And it was his movie The Stuff. It's about like this stuff that bubbles out of the ground and all these crazy people sell it like as yogurt. Or they don't really say it's yogurt, but that's just what like everybody like thinks. But if they made novel The Stuff yogurt cups, I think that would be a good seller. I would definitely buy one of those if they ever made one. Then this is The Vineyard. James Hong was in this. And it's like he's getting old and he's been living for centuries trying to find like a wife for him and stuff like that. It's a very confusing movie. And this one's a bootleg DVD I got at Dead Skull Horror Convention a long time ago. And this is The Granny. I have the VHS of this, but know how rare bootlegs are. This has good picture quality on it. And I love how bootleg DVD... This even had like a DVD menu that was real cool. The only thing they could have done was bootleg some making of featurettes on there, but I don't know how possible that was. We got Wood Chipper Massacre. John McBride, Pontifex, his movie. Pretty good. Now this one is Jaws 5 is an unofficial. It was directed by Bruno Mattei, and I don't know if I know the Cinema Snob doesn't like this movie, or he could, I don't know. And then I don't really know too many other people that talk about this movie. It's called Cruel Jaws. I don't really see too many people bring up Cruel Jaws too much. I mean, Jaws 5, it says, so I don't know. Then I picked every single Chucky movie except for Bride and See Chucky. Child's Play 1, 2, and 3. That's pretty much this. This is the set with all the sequels in it. And Child's Play 1, 2, and 3. 3 of those all fit in there. But, then the Bride and See Chucky, I did not care for. Children of the Corn. They just made the... Not as bad as the Psycho remake, but they just made a very bad remake to this movie. It was more to the short story, and I don't really like that. I didn't like the concept of the short story. Gremlins, yay, this movie's awesome. Then we got Gremlins 2, the new batch, which I liked better than the original. Yep, I love Gremlins 2, this movie's awesome. I have not seen one bad review of Gremlins 2. Now, this one was 1971. It's a very old film. You could just tell it was early 70s. It's called Caged Terror. Pretty good movie. I didn't really care. What did I just say? No, this movie's actually pretty good. It doesn't have too many gore, but you can just tell it's an early 70s camp film. Now, Cool Duder says it has the name Caged Terror imprinted in the whole movie. I can't see that in there. He must have some weird copy. Of course, I cannot go with October without mentioning this. I mean, The Exorcist. I mean, if you're a horror fan, you haven't seen this. What's your problem? Jeez. You have to see The Exorcist when you're a horror fan. So, Jack Nicholson, I wouldn't carry this a horror film, but it's an action movie to the core. Wolf. Wolf is an awesome movie. Got some great effects in the last scene. Now, this is probably my favorite Friday the 13th sequel out of all of them, and then that's Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives. Awesome movie. Now this is definitely one of my top favorite horror films, Peter Jackson's Bad Taste. This is like this is a big inspiration for like some backyard horror films I do. I love Bad Taste. Almost done here. We got Day of the Dead, the original. The remake was crap, but the original Day of the Dead, pretty good. And last of all, we got the campiest, most B movie ever. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. This is golden for the B movie age. I mean, if you're a fan of like exotic horror films, like 80s B horror comedy, I don't know, this is the movie to watch. It's the best movie to go with. And that's, I know, that movie is just so freaking awesome. I mean, you know, it's campy. And for the budget they had, it's for... No! Ah, dang. Well, favorite horror court films, everybody. An action movie. DVD pile just toppled everywhere. Ah, crap, that sucks.